Welcome to the Fat Guy Certified Podcast. This is Slug, and Turk is having a little technical difficulties. I want to welcome everyone to listening in. Oh, and I
Yeah.
forgot to mute myself, so that was a fun echo.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, yeah, I think also I had your audio coming through my microphone audio, but I think I figured it out now.
Fantastic. So, how's your week been?
I mean, it's been an okay week. It was a little tough, like reacclimating to, um, work. I'm back at work full time, so that was a little difficult, but, um, other than that, it wasn't too bad. We're just kind of just yilling, like just working, trying to get training ready. I got students moving back in 2 weeks, so
The
that's like
pandemic was terrible, but it was almost like getting a surprise summer break in the middle of your life when you least
I
expected it.
technically was like on a 5 month break, and I was still getting paid from work for like, I mean it was half pay, so it wasn't like great, but I had a 5 month paid vacation, I guess you could say, but I couldn't do anything with it. I had to stay in my apartment, so there's some drawbacks to it. But
I mean, also the thousands of millions of people dying was terrible, and the economy taking a hit. But still, you gotta find silver linings.
hey, my
Silver
Robin
linings are
Hood's in the
important.
green.
Yeah,
My Robin Hood's in the green. No, no, I feel you. I agree with you. You know I'm the snowflake. You're taking my shit there, man.
sorry. I'm glad you came back into the real world. I'm sorry that it was a hard start. I'm also not doing anything with my life, so still gravy as usual. I love that. I love that. Like the saying, once it's everything else on top is just gravy. Like once something sucks, it doesn't matter what else you put on top of it; it still sucks. So everything's been gravy over
Yeah.
here in the slug household. So I'm glad you've been yelling.
Yeah, we
I,
just been eating healthy and playing some Ghost of Tsushima and then working. That's what the Turkster's been doing.
I've eaten nothing healthy, so there's that. I
I
had some
thought
hot country ribs yesterday, and before that, we made homemade macaroni and cheese with crab meat. So we had some Krabby Mac. So a lot of high fat, no nutritional value foods.
I love that when I said that I was going to a fat doctor, the first thing you said is, I will do everything with you.
Yeah,
Whatever you need to do, I will do it with you. And we're starting week 3.
I haven't done
and you
shit.
just
I haven't
and
done
you're up
shit.
to your same old trickery.
I mean, I feel terrible on the inside until I eat the ice cream bar, and then everything's better.
Well, I was also gonna say you're kind of I was gonna defend you a little bit, but then you had to go to the ice cream bars, and I feel like I don't need to defend you.
Yeah, I don't need defending. I can defend myself. I'm a
There
big
was the
boy.
cop out that you I mean right now you're on lockdown and you're not allowed to leave the house, and your roommates might literally slash your tires if you say that you want to go. So
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm a big boy. I'll fight my own battles, but yeah, I could use that as a cop out, but I don't need it. I like ice cream. Do you know what I had for lunch slash breakfast today? An oatmeal cream pie. Still trying to put a hurt on those little Debbie's that I have over running my life out there. Every time I leave my bedroom, it's like evil X is just sitting in the corner of your basement staring at you, reminding you of all the terrible decisions you made in your life and why you didn't work out because you weren't compatible and you couldn't emotionally commit. Yeah, just staring at me. And Jonas went and bought more fucking Swiss rolls, even though we still have them because they're the worst snack cake. So I don't even know what to do. I need a break. I need a vacation from my vacation.
we best thing in the world for us was sending those care packages because I got to unload all of it. We
Got them
got to
all
keep
out.
what we wanted and got rid of the shit we didn't want, which was good.
That's a good idea. I'm doing that with hot sauce. I know we have hot sauce guide who just loves hot sauce. So every hot sauce that I think is trash, I'm like, I could probably send this to him before it expires.
Yeah, uh, we're knocking some hot sauces out of our um, fridge. That means I'm just gonna have to restock with some new ones soon. I'm pretty excited about what I've got going on what's coming up on the list.
Okay, okay.
I'm a little hyped about that, but we'll talk about more about hot sauce later. What have you been eating this week other than oatmeal pies? Nothing.
Nothing. I already told you, and you turked me. Told you I ate crock pot ribs. I ate Krabby Mac.
You ate
I
Krabby
don't eat
Mac?
breakfast because like, by the time I wake up, it's noon, if not later. Yeah, so I had to whip up some homemade macaroni and cheese because we had a bunch of crab meat in the freezer, and I was like, you know what really goes good with that is fattening macaroni and cheese.
Was it I guess I'm just gonna live vicariously through you.
You can definitely live
Was
vicariously
it
through me.
imitation crab or was it?
Yeah, it was imitation because it's cheaper and I like the way it tastes. I'm not ashamed to say I like imitation crab meat. You get big old clumps of it. It's like $1.50 a pound. It's something ridiculously cheap and inexpensive. It's a good protein. The problem is because it's held together with certain like binding agents. Sometimes it has gluten in it, and a lot of times it has carbs. It's very high in carbs for it being a meat product and being a fish product. It is very high in carbs.
What is it made out of? Whitefish?
Yeah, I believe the number one ingredient is whitefish. But I love it. I like it a lot. You know, my mom and dad, they used to make it when we were kids real easy. Butter, Old Bay, microwave, boom, meal's done. Like a nice high protein food. So I really enjoy it. And
My
then
mom
I
used
started
to make an
experimenting with it.
imitation crab dip. That was pretty. It smelled
Ooh,
horrendous. So I don't know, but I was such a picky little turd that when I was younger, that now I think I'd love it. But Turk back then, it wasn't corn or chicken nuggets.
yeah. Now, see, I think if it was a dip, I would like the shredded crab that you get in a can, like the real crab. I've made some crab
Maybe
dips, and
this was
making
a
it
real
with the stuff out
crab,
of the
but I
can
always
is
thought it was
nice.
imitation. I don't know.
What have you been? Tell me what you've been eating on a healthy diet, because I appreciate you sending me your grocery list and keep that up. Because one day when I'm allowed to like purchase things and it's we're back on a regular sleep and eating schedule, and I can prepare food for days at a time, I'm gonna start supporting you and myself. But until then, I'm just gonna do what's quick, easy, and delicious.
Honestly, it's. I didn't
Settled.
take a lot of pictures this week, and I don't know what I'm struggling to remember what we ate. We stuck with the rolls, but I really don't
Good.
remember what I ate.
All right, so just some healthy quinoa on the
I
sides. You
think I
know, making
had
some
I
fajitas.
remember we had chicken wings and carrots. Um,
See,
we
not a big fan of
had
carrots.
some steak, and I made like a twice baked potato. That was killer. I never did those before or really ever thought to do it. And this time I was like, fuck it, I'll try it. And so I cooked them in the air fryer, sliced just a little end off, scooped it all out, mixed it with some butter, cheese, um, and a little bit of, I think I put some hot sauce in it. I didn't have sour cream or anything, but put it back in the air fryer and melted it, and it was ooey and gooey, and it tasted super super good. Um, we did chicken, like a buffalo chicken salad. We did. My
See, I don't
boss
see the.
bought me lunch one of the days this week too, and so like that kind of messed things up because then I wasn't really that hungry for dinner because it wasn't like a healthy lunch, so I split it in two.
Okay.
Um, Um, we yesterday was the first time I've had Heoya in like 3 weeks, and that was really really good. I had some spring rolls, which have a lot of veggies in them, and a little bit of my favorite sesame chicken. But again, I split that meal in half, and I ate that for lunch this morning with some watermelon, which will lead me
All
to
right.
point A in our agenda later. I want to ask you some questions about the watermelon.
I mean, let's keep going. I mean, flow through it. We ain't got to keep saying it's coming back. We could jump out. I'm type B. I'm not type A.
So all right, my question for you. We've been I went we went out to go get food yesterday, and we passed. There's a produce store that's like or produce like it's like a tent that's like just like a block away from where we live, and we've never been there. 4 years, 5 years we've lived here, never been there. Not really. I don't know. I just heard from some other coworkers that it wasn't the best. And I drove by. I was like, you know what? I want watermelon because I saw that their whole tent is just surrounded by watermelons. And I
Wow.
was like, I haven't had watermelon forever. I want it. And so I googled their store to see like what their hours were because we had to go pick up our food. And they had a 5-star rating, had like a couple hundred views. So I was like, well, this is a mixed message. I don't know. Like two people told me that it's bad, but this isn't
Yelp
normal.
says it's 5 stars.
So I was like, so I mean, I got to make an opinion for myself. I can't just base it off that. So I was like, well, let's see what they got. Um, and one of the criticisms was they think that it's someone that just went and bought produce at a store and then set it up, which I could kind of see. But then like in their social media, they have posts of their farm where like their kids are picking like corn or shucking corn and like picking tomatoes and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know, but there was some things that had labels on them. So like you would get like if you would got like avocados at like a grocery food store, you know how it has a little sticker with the barcode on it.
Yeah.
There was some things there that had items. So maybe they
Well,
just
and
bought
also you
local
can't grow
stuff.
avocados in this area, I don't think,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
can't grow avocados and oranges and watermelons in the same field at the same time of year.
Yeah, yeah. So I think what it was is they do have some of their own produce, but then they also buy produce and sell like local or like whatever because they had everything. They had like lemons, they had limes, they had avocados, they had some fruit, they had like eggplant, they literally had everything. They also had beef jerky, like local beef jerky, and then they had meat and stuff in a freezer in like the back room, but I wasn't. Nah, no thanks.
Yeah.
Um, so we ended up getting a watermelon, a cantaloupe, and some corn. Because you're in Nebraska, you have an opportunity to get corn, you get it because it's good. What's up, brother Steve? Thanks for tuning in. You're not that late. We had a late head start. My question for you, sir, is I have a Twitter poll on my personal Twitter, not on the Fat Guy Certified Twitter.
Okay.
So if you want to check it out, viewers. Do you put salt on your watermelon?
No. That's gross. My dad does. My dad will put pepper on it like he seasons a fucking steak. I do not put salt on my watermelon. I just eat watermelon.
Okay, so right now I've had the tweet up for a couple hours now, and I'm gonna pull up and see what the responses are so far. So it's get it at first there was a major. It's got 20 votes so far.
Okay.
Um, when I first looked at it an hour in, these are the options. Do you put a little salt on your watermelon? And the options are one, fuck yes. Number two, nah fam, you're dumb. Three,
I'm in that
no,
category.
but I'm gonna go try it now. And when I first started it in the first like hour of the poll, nah fam, you dumb was winning by like 10 votes.
Uh-huh.
And but now it's much closer. The fuck yes is at 37%. The nah fam you dumb is at 50%, and the no but I'm gonna try it is at the 12.5%. And I've had some engagement from people on it, and you're defeating the purpose of the. I don't know. I love it because you know, like watermelon is just like subtly sweet. It's not like overpoweringly sweet, and it's just absolutely delicious. Just having that like saltiness on there, just adds to it and enhances the sweetness to me. Because you get that salty on your like as it touches your tongue, and then when you bite in and like the sweet water like flows out of it, it mixes so well. It's so damn good. It's so damn good. Um, and I'm glad that there are more people that are coming on to the salt your watermelon kick
See,
because it's good.
it's too liquidy, like you just said. Like the drinking, I don't want any salty liquid in my mouth except for gravy. Okay, the only thing that's going in my mouth that is runny and salty is gravy. That's the fucking end of the story. Okay,
Have you
I
tried
don't
it?
want that. Yeah, and it
Okay.
tastes like when my mom accidentally put salt over the whole goddamn plate, and so you actually get salt in your like fruit salad at the picnic, or you might accidentally put salt on your like cookie in the KFC drive-through or something like that. That's in the box. You just don't do it.
So you're not one to put like a little bit of flaky salt on like a chocolate chip cookie or anything like that?
No, because it's already made with salt. It has the salt into it.
Yeah, but like on the outside texture, when you bite in and you get that saltiness, and then it gets enhanced, and you get that like not
Now here's the thing.
umami, but like you
Yeah, I
get
get
that.
you. You get the salt and sweet. I love chocolate covered pretzels. They're the best. You just said watermelon is slightly sweet. Well, if you have slightly sweet and then super salty, motherfucker, you just made a savory vegetable. Okay, go eat corn.
I'm not saying you smother your watermelon in salt. Like you don't take the you just do a
Ah,
couple little psh, psh, psh of your pink Himalayan, and it's
mm-mm.
chef kiss. Anyway,
It's not. It's
you're
not. It's just
wrong.
gross. Then it
You're
just tastes like
wrong.
you're eating salty. Ugh, no.
Whatever. I'm gonna let you live in this throne of lies.
Yeah.
Uncle Steve is with you. I don't know why I call him
Slug
Uncle Steve.
Senior's all about it, but I think he's also wrong.
Um,
He'll
well,
salt
someone
cantaloupe. He'll salt cantaloupe, honeydew, watermelon. He just wants salt, but it's also because he smokes 2 packs a day and he can't taste
you
anything
probably
anymore.
can't taste anything. Yeah. I don't like cantaloupe or honeydew, so I'm out on there. Steve's with you.
Cantaloupe, I
He's on
think,
your
is
team.
gross because it's naturally salty. Some reason cantaloupe just tastes like salt. However, I have been growing fonder and fonder of a good honeydew.
Um, I'm not on either of those teams. What was I gonna say? Natty last night, Hot Sauce Guide's wife, said that, and I don't know if this. Thank you,
Of
Eric.
course, Weeze is team salt.
Yeah, because
He
he's
makes
a
his own, grows his
cultured
own fucking
man.
sourdough yogurt in his kitchen. Of course, he's gonna
He's
put
a
salt on
cultured
something that
man.
doesn't need it.
No, no, no. So Natty's wife. So speaking of cantaloupe, uh, last night, Natty said that cantaloupe tastes like sweet milk.
Like sweet what?
Sweet milk. And to me, I instantly got repulsed because I was like, cantaloupe just tastes like ass. Like it just it's
Yeah,
not good.
yeah. Doesn't taste like
But
milk at
then but
all.
then Gabby's just sitting there. She had a big ass bowl of it. She's just eating it, and she goes, "Wait, it does taste like sweet milk."
It's so fucking true.
And so,
But it's not because I love
It
milk.
makes sense.
Milk done made this body good, okay?
yeah,
And
right.
cantaloupe
Like
is gross.
this is a girl that thought whole milk was nasty her whole life until I forced it in the only milk that I ever purchased for this house. So I don't really know, but
You fucker, I started with soy milk, alright?
yeah,
We
she's
worked our
she was
way
born
up
and
to it.
raised on
Go back
soy
to
milk.
California,
I was
fucking
allergic to
beanie
milk.
wearing hippie.
Well, that was your guest appearance by Gabtron for the day. Um, so I just think, and we're divided. We've got a chat divided. Chunky, Ian, what do you think about watermelon with salt? Yay or nay? Drop a Turk emote if you're yay, a slug emote if you're nay, and that's how we'll end that debate. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Everyone's just
yeah.
dropping there. That was you, you cheater.
No, I like Wheeze. Go ahead, Gabby. Go get some Lucky Charms and put some
Oh yeah,
cantaloupe in
yeah,
that bowl.
yeah.
See how much you
I'll
like
have
it.
her. I'll have her do that. No, Chunky's a no
Boo.
salt guy.
It's
Damn.
supposed to be sweet. You can
It
get your
is still
salt in
sweet. It
so
enhances
many
the
other
sweetness.
ways.
Whatever. I'm not gonna argue with you on this.
Do you
You
put salt in
done?
your chocolate milk? Have you ever put a little sprinkle of salt in your chocolate milk?
No, but I've had. I'll try that. But I've also had like
Should.
lattes and like caramel lattes and like vanilla lattes that have had salt on them. So he's never had salt on it. Ian, try it this summer before summer's over. At least try it once. I'm sure you'll like it. Now, I have a question for you, sir.
Yes.
Oh, I guess I should probably give a doctor update since we are still talking about food and all that other stuff. So as of when I went to the doctor, so we had an issue. Either
Okay.
my scale at home is completely wrong, or I don't know what was up. Because you know how after week one I said that I had lost 12 pounds?
Yeah, and they thought maybe it was 14
No, I
or
thought it was
10.
14. Or no. Hold on. I don't know. Maybe.
We understand scales are wrong.
Oh
They're
yeah, they
different.
chalked me up to giving me a couple extra pounds. Our scale that I had, it was 14. Well, I went to the doctor again on Friday, 2 week update, 2 week check-in, or on Thursday, and I had only eaten that day. I had only had small coffee from Scooters and a bagel sandwich. So it wasn't like a big old meal. But I was wearing clothes and a t-shirt when I got on the scale, or clothes and gym short, or like my regular shorts and like all
Yeah.
this stuff, and full clothes, and like my wallet and my keys and stuff. They didn't have me take out anything, which is I think a little silly, but it's not really like a room designed for you to like strip naked. I'm not doing like a UFC weigh-in. So I get
Yeah.
in there and I sit on the scale, and when I weighed myself that morning, I had lost I think 15 pounds from the day that I started. Then whenever I got to their office, I got on the scale and everything, and I had only lost 5 pounds. I was only the 5 pounds less from like their starting weight, and I was like, well, that's not right. And they're like, what do you mean? I was like, well, I weighed myself this morning, and I was at least down like 14 pounds or whatever. And they were like, huh, that's interesting. She was like, take out your keys and stuff. And I was like, okay, I did that. And it went down a little bit, but it didn't like go down that drastic
Yeah.
amount. And so then I was really bummed about it because like I wanted to show these ladies like, you know, at home I lost
You're
14
trying.
pounds. Like what I like, like I've been trying, I've been doing it. But they were like super super excited for 5 pounds and like reassured me that like as you're starting and as you're acclimating, that's still like a good thing. So like it wasn't like defeating there. But she said what she wants me to do is in the morning, like from now on when I go, still weigh myself in the morning, and then we could just see if the numbers mirror, or
Okay.
like maybe the scales are just off or like whatever. Um, so that part was a little annoying. But then I told her, I showed her my pictures, I showed her my meal plan and everything, and they were super like hyped about it. They didn't really like they just seemed like, all right, you're doing good. They reassured me that I was like on the right track and that they weren't worried about anything. Um, but the nurse practitioner prescribed me a medicine to boost my um, metabolism.
Okay.
It is called Phentermine. Phentermine. And it is a over the counter. It's not over the counter. It is a prescribed medicine for weight loss that curbs your appetite. So it basically eliminates like your hunger. Which is another reason why for the last couple of days I probably haven't been eating much, just because I've been on this stuff and I really haven't. Like on Friday it was the first full day that I had it, and I'm just doing a half dosage right now. Um, I had to make sure that I ate. Like I had no desire for that 8 hour window that was in my system. I literally had no desire to eat. Like um, I I knew that I had to eat, so that's why I ate. But this
So
stuff
it's
is pretty
working.
weird. I'm interested to see what it's like in my system for more than a couple of days, because it's a cousin to amphetamine, so like it's in the same categories as like Adderall and like all that kind of stuff. So I'm interested to see what that does, and like if I build up like a little bit of immunity to like, because I've I felt like I haven't napped at all while I've been on it, and I feel like there is maybe some like Adderall kind of like similarities to it for me, and I'm hoping that those kind of go away because, um,
So it's making you not too hungry, but it's giving you some uppers.
yeah, it's
Giving
definitely
you a
an
little bit of
upper, and I don't
focus.
like,
Okay.
um, and I don't want to like feel, because it's something that I'm not going to be able to take consistently. They only want me to take it for 30 days, then I'll be off of it for 30 days, because it's something your body does build an immunity up to, or like a tolerance for. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, so I don't want to like have this high, like this like super hyper focus for 30 days and then not
Crash
have
for
that
30
and feel
days.
like in 30 days like that's like my really only worry, is because I do feel higher levels of energy. I've not been hungry. Um, I have been focusing a little bit more, like better. Um, so like I am a little concerned of that aspect of it. Um, but we'll see. I've only been taking a half dose. Tomorrow is my first full dose. And if I they wanted me to take half doses for the first couple of days so I could see how it affects me for a window, because they don't want me to take it too late in the afternoon and then I'll be up till like 4 in the morning, because that is a side effect of it. So I kind of just have to. I feel like there is a solid like 6 to 8 hour window with this
Okay.
current dosage. So tomorrow I'm gonna take a full one, and she said like if I am doing well and like I'm okay with just doing a half dosage for the month or whatever, that I can. And so I'm gonna see how I do tomorrow and maybe Tuesday, and then I might just stick with the half dosages because I'm feeling all right, and um, it's an interesting experience.
And listen
The
to the doctor. They know better than you. So they tell
Oh
you to do
yeah, for
something,
sure.
fucking do it.
Well,
Good
yeah, I mean,
job,
I'm not
though.
arguing that at all. I'm just,
Yeah.
I think I'm co-signing with what she said. She wanted me to test it and try it and
Hmm.
see what works for me. And another thing is, it's not covered by insurance. So,
So
so
30 on, 30 off, and only using half might be kind of nice.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's what she said. Is that she said that like if you could, if you're comfortable and it's working with only doing 30s, then you have your second round, whenever we okay you to do your next round. So my next meeting with them is in a month. We will do a month in check-in. As of today, when I was on the scale, so again, taking in consideration that my scale might be completely whack and who knows what the
Hmm.
hell is wrong with it, I am 16 pounds down.
Okay. And
Um,
that's from the day you started, not after the 14
Correct.
or
That is a
12, right?
total. That
Gotcha.
is a total weight loss down is 16. Um, and that was after my morning pee. I weighed myself before my morning pee and after. I had
Sometimes it's
almost,
fun to do that.
I had almost like a pound and a half of just pee in me. Um, but with how much water I've been drinking, I have to drink at least 60 ounces of water on this. Um, so
It's a lot.
yeah. Um, so overall, I'm content. I'm happy with what's going on with the Fat Doctor. The ladies are nice. She didn't intimidate the shit out of me this time. She did sit down like she's gonna kick my ass, so that was nice. Um,
Teach you a lesson you won't forget.
yeah, and they were super cool about like just losing weight and or like how much I had lost, and they were happy for me. So I don't know. I'm excited. I'm still motivated. Things are going well. We still have a freezer full of stuff. We just got to buy some more meats because we ate through those this week. So we're gonna keep doing that. Um,
Well, I'm proud of you.
Thank you very much. Um,
How,
I'm kind of
how,
happy with it.
mimicking what Ian's saying over there in the chat. How are you feeling with this progress? How are you mentally and emotionally and physically feeling?
Good, good. Like I said, my energy levels are up. I've noticed kind of before we did this pill thing that I wasn't as sleepy like in the afternoon. Um, like I've been getting through the day with 1 cup of coffee in the mornings. I've uh for this week like we bought some cold brew, so I've been making this little cold brew concoction in the morning, and it's lasted me through the whole day, and that's with some serious gaming, where I've been gaming till like 2 in the morning, and then I have to be up at 5:30 or 6:30 for work or whatever. So um, I'm feeling good. My body feels good. Haven't had any stomach issues in a while, but I've been kind of curbing those with like Metamucil's really been helping me with that. But I haven't been taking that because we've been eating so many goddamn vegetables that my I think my fiber level is
You get
pretty
some good
healthy.
fiber, baby. Yeah.
But no, I'm just good. I'm just excited to see how it's gonna keep going and see what other changes I can make. My goal for the next month is I need to increase the amount of extra physical activity. I got to choose my goal. They wanted me to just keep doing um, the portion control and like monitoring how much is on my plate, and leaving some food after every meal on the plate so that I can kind of trick my brain into not having to eat everything on it. And then I chose to add some more physical activity, and so she wants me to add an extra little walk, like a 10 to 15-minute walk after dinner. So we're gonna hit that hard this week and go into the month with that. So I'm excited for that. She also told me about, because we told her that we've been kind of modifying our exercise bike here. She said that I can just get pedals that you could just sit on the floor or like under your desk. So we'll see what that does. Gabtron and I also talked about getting not a Peloton because those are ridiculously expensive, but there are some other recumbent bikes that we might get. Who knows? Um,
Keep working at it.
yeah, so I'm feeling good. Energy levels are good. Still motivated. Still eating things I like. I do miss the. Uh, we kind of spoiled ourselves in quarantine because we were eating local and just going and getting and eating whatever the hell we wanted. And I do miss that. But I mean, I haven't. She factored in not cheat days because I still need to eat healthy, but like eating out days into the meal plan. So that's been nice. Like we went to Heoya and we got fly dogs on National Hot Dog Day, and opposed to me getting like my normal every single hot dog with every single topping, I only
Yeah.
got
Getting
one
a
hot
six
dog.
pack.
I only
Good
got one
shit,
hot
buddy.
dog, so that was rough having to
You're
go
a
to
whole new
fly dogs,
man.
having to go to fly dogs and only choosing one hot dog out of their 30 was rough.
Yo, I wanted every hot dog when I visited, and I was mad that I couldn't get their stupid Nebraska dog, that the chili cinnamon bun and whatnot.
Yeah. So that's that. That's what we did for. Those are my eat out meals this week.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know we talked a little bit about hot sauce guide, and I know Wheeze is in the chat, so I wanted to throw up the photo of the hot sauces that Wheeze got now that he has them. I guess he was traveling for work. So when we had Hot Sauce Guide on the show a while ago, he for our Black Lives Matter charity stream, he donated to whoever donated, he would give a curated hot sauce box to. And then he did that, and Eric, who's Wheeze in chat, won it. Um, but then Mark got sick with what we think might have been COVID. And like right before he was about, like he had to wait for it to get to his house because he wanted to try them and make sure that they're good, not Eric's specific bottles, but he ordered his own. Um, and then he shipped them out. Then he was about to ship them out and then got COVID, potentially. He got sick and he thinks it was COVID. And so then he shipped them, and then I think Eric was traveling. So I wanted to show everybody that watches this on YouTube and on Twitch, the hot sauces that Mark curated for everybody, so that way you guys could see them. These are definitely ones that I am adding to my list.
Yeah, let me get a peek at these.
I'm gonna definitely pull it up. I don't know if it's gonna take up the whole screen or there it is. Whoa. So this was the box that Mark sent Eric because Eric's not a big spice guy, but he said he likes umami, he likes garlic, and so these are the sauces that Mark Hot Sauce Guide curated for him. He got the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Habanero, which I haven't had, but I've had their pineapple and I absolutely love it.
Hope you guys got
Um,
that little water drinking ASMR moment.
hmm?
While you were talking, I was just gargling into the microphone. I don't know if it
Oh,
picked up.
I see, I see. Then on the right there is a Seed Ranch Umami hot sauce that is It's got mushroom, capers. What else is in it?
Oh, I got the same brand right now in my window with a hot Thai green hot sauce.
So it's dried olives, porcini mushrooms, and capers, which is like a big umami mouthfeel kind of thing. Um, and he Eric hasn't had the heartbeat hot sauce yet or the Seed Ranch hot sauce, but he messaged me this morning that he had tried the third one, which is Humble House, which I think has become my number one hot sauce brand. I absolutely am in love with that ancho and marita like Humble House hot sauce. This one is the guajillo and red jalapeno red tangy garlic sauce. This is already in my cart on Heatonist. I will be buying this
Excuse me,
on
it's
my next order.
guajillo and red jalapeno. But
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
let you finish.
Your white is showing. But he said that it was a really, really tasty one. And so I just wanted to give another shout out to Hot Sauce Guide for doing this. He didn't have to do it, but he did it to support us. And if you want to go check him out, he's on social media. I'll be throwing this picture up on our social media so that way, because Eric doesn't have any social media, I don't think, because he's a yogurt making rock climber. So I'll be throwing this picture up on our social media so that people can go check it out. I'll tag Hot Sauce Guide. So really go check out his stuff. He does weekly. He does like 2 or 3 times a week. He reviews a hot sauce and like tells you what's in it and like what did he use it for. This man is so dedicated to hot sauce life. Last night while we were playing board games, he got Aardvark's habanero sauce, secret Aardvark's
I can
habanero
drink
sauce
that sauce.
in his eyeball. Yeah, I could drink it too. It's really, really good. But out of all, that one does have kick.
I'm not putting it in my eye.
he got it. He got it in his eye. So I'll be throwing that picture up on social media. You should really check it out. You should check out Hot Sauce Guide. And I can't wait to try that Humble House. The ancho and burrito one. I just marinate pork in it and I could just eat it all day. It's so damn good. So I'm excited to try out something new from them. Um, let's throw on an ad break real quick.
Okay.
Then I got some questions for you.
I love
And
questions. It's my favorite time of the
I need
week.
to drink some water. So we're gonna throw on an ad real quick. I don't really think anything's gonna happen for most of the people in chat because they are subscribers, so they're still gonna see us. But it's going to at least give me a second to stop talking, and it gives me a break. So when I edit this for YouTube and for Spotify, we have a break in it. So
This is my hot sauce shimmy, baby.
we're doing that, and I'm drinking. We got 50 seconds.
Okay, I gotta jump back. I might do the second half upside down. My butt's killing me.
I'm just gonna throw up the other screen for now.
Go ahead. So they can't see me doing my work?
Do you want them to see you
No,
do
I
your
don't.
work?
I mean, they'll see what
Welcome back to the Fat Guy Certified Podcast. This is Turk.
And this is still Slug.
Slug's stretching out his back, so he's got an interesting angle there. I'm
A little
gonna
chill.
we'll see what I can do here. Get you back in frame. There you go. You're beautiful. Look at that. No, don't move. Don't move. What are you doing?
I moved.
I had you. You're perfectly in frame. You're great. So this is going to be the second half of the pod. We do really need to get you a sit-down cam, one that's aimed right at that beautiful face of yours in the sky, so that when you're laying down like that, we could see you, like a sky
I could
cam.
put a freak cam on the ceiling.
Freak cam?
Everybody need a freak cam.
We could get you a freak cam. If you just get one randomly in the mail.
I could shoot all my solo stuff just laying down on my back. That would be my gimmick. Hey, y'all, coming to you flat from my back.
Just send you something from Amazon. Be ready. Be on the lookout. So you get it.
I'll be looking for it.
So I've been on a little nostalgia trip.
Okay.
This week I have marathoned through about 22 episodes of the original CSI Las Vegas TV show.
Okay.
It used to be one of my favorite TV shows. It literally, that and Mindhunter, for a brief while, I wanted those shows. I wanted to be them people. I wanted to analyze murderers and stuff and try to catch them and all that kind of stuff. And then I realized I was a lazy piece of shit, and I went for history so I could be a history teacher. And then I realized I was a lazy piece of shit that didn't want to write papers, and so then I became a communications major where I could just like drink and party with my faculty and hang out and do nothing. I kind of bounced back a little bit and went into college counseling, so I'm not tracking down murderers, but I'm tracking down serial poopers and nacho can throwers and stuff. So I do analyze crime scenes, just not murder ones.
Right, a little bit. And you got to do the judicial process. It makes sense.
Yeah. So I still do it, but just on like a micro level as opposed to a macro level, and not so severe. If you could choose any show in the world to forget that you saw?
Yes.
And then be able to rewatch it and experience all the original feelings and everything that you felt, what would it be?
NCIS and Angel.
Okay. So you would go back and like you could erase your memory.
Yeah, erase my memory
and then rewatch them so that you can enjoy all those feelings over again, all those shocks, all those surprises.
Oh yeah.
I think mine would be CSI, because as I'm going through these, so there's two things. I have like a little bit. So either I don't recall ever doing a CSI rewatch. However, all of the episodes that really stand out in my mind, all of the storylines that really stand out, are the ones that have been happening in the first season. So like to me, it's like maybe I did do a rewatch, because like the brother and sister grifters that were living in the old lady's house, the bathtub serial killer, the people on the plane that killed that guy because they just jumped him and just stomped on him, and then like they were all guilty of it. Like those episodes are all in the first season, but in my brain that was like the first like 4 or 5 seasons, because there's like 15 of them. So like
okay.
But like when I'm looking at it now, so either I did a rewatch and those are the reason why they stand out is because those are the most recent, or I don't know. But I would love, as I'm going through these, and I think that's why I would choose CSI, because I would love to experience the fear and the shock. Because like I've been watching these and I'm like, oh yeah, that's the guy that was paid to kill the wife and the husband, or he was paid to kill the wife, but he ended up double teaming them both and killing them both, and then killing the person, his ex-girlfriend who hired him to do it. Like, so like I wish I could go through that and just experience them, because we're gonna get into the good episodes pretty soon with Squeagle and with the culmination of the bathtub.
Talking about Squeagle for a decade now.
He's absolutely terrifying. He's the most terrifying thing to me as a human. I still sometimes check areas in my apartment before I go to bed
Just to make sure he's not hiding.
Where I think Squeagle could hide. For our listeners, if you don't know, the Jerry Bruckheimer, the guy that wrote and created CSI, also has these books that he wrote, and I don't remember, they're called Level 26, and they're basically about serial killers. They're about this guy who's like a super CSI like crime scene guy who tracks down level 26 serial killers, because there's level 1 through 25. These people are psychopaths that like have degreeing levels of whatever. Well, level 26 people are ridiculous. And the first book is about a guy named Squeagle, who is this dude who is
Oh, it's
like,
so scary.
yeah, he's so terrifying. I just want you to, have you watched the episode? Did I ever show you the
I
episode?
think you showed me some clips, yeah. Like a
He's
super cut.
So this person wears a complete rubber bodysuit that keeps all of his DNA in his suit. So like if he's sweating or whatever, it's completely sealed. He is I don't know what it's called,
He's
but
a
like a contortionist. So like he can fit, like he can make his body bend and fit into these tight ass like a little box or like a suitcase. And like he uses that to get into people's homes and then he murders them. And he is obsessed with the CSI guy or the crime scene guy in the books. Well, the show did an adaptation of it where they brought Squeagle into the TV show. So I was able to visually see. Oh, also a cool thing about the books is there's like little, like if you type, there's a website, and if you go and you type in the chapter number, it shows you a video that goes along with the book. So like you can watch little videos. So they use the same guy that was in these book videos also in the TV show, because there's probably not that many contortionists running around that would be okay with wearing like a rubber bodysuit. But and he just murders people, and it freaked me out so bad. I lived in a residence hall floor by myself with nobody else in a building that was barely occupied, and I
And
watched that
50% of them
episode.
were cripples, so we weren't coming to your aid.
But still to this day, I am so terrified by Squeagle that I will I will check things. And like Squeagle can fit in there. I gotta look. I gotta look. Who's my partner from the TV show? If I had to choose a partner from CSI, it would probably be. I'm gonna go with original cast because I haven't gone into the later cast. I didn't watch much of it when Lawrence Fishburne was on, and I didn't watch much of it with. I don't watch any of it with. What's his
Ted
name?
Danson.
Ted Danson. So original cast, I would probably go with either Nick, just because I feel like we've identified on some levels. He's a frat boy and he's just a good-looking, handsome young man, quite like myself. Um, or maybe Greg, because he's just a nerdy little office dude, and he eventually becomes a CSI. But like in the earlier seasons, he's just the laboratory guy, the scientist. So I'd be really interested. I would probably work with them if I had to choose. Um, so your choice was NCIS.
Oh, yeah.
Who would be your partner from NCIS out of all
I'm
all
taking
the agents?
Ziba David because she's beautiful. She can kill you 300 ways past Sunday, and she ain't afraid of nothing.
Okay, Ziva.
Oh, so
Is
good.
Ziva the one that took over after Kate?
Yeah, and
Okay.
there's not one bad character in the show. There's even though I kind of spoiled on Polly Perrette towards the end because Abby Shuto was so charismatic at first and kind of an enigma. I feel like the writers didn't know what to do with her because some episodes she would be like, I love everybody and even the murderers deserve peace. And then it's like, I can't get over my autism and I am now fixated on one stupid person. And it's like they would give her situational autism, is the best way I can describe it. She's normal, she's normal, she's normal. Now she's psychotic and she can't get over something, and she's perseverating on one client or one case or one fact over and 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 over again. But every character on that show is gold. Every character. In fact, it's so cool because my roommate Hannah and I, my friend, we watched, and I got her into NCIS a couple years ago, and we just now are finally able on CBS Access to watch the last two seasons. So we've already done a watch through two times now of seasons 1 through 15. We're finally into season 17, and we always call Ziva a ninja. I'm like, she's just a fucking ninja, dude. She could kill people and she could snipe people. She's just a ninja. And then she comes back, and then the character like Nick Torres, who's played by Wilmer Valderrama, so Fez from that 70s show is now the ripped hunk, and he is awesome on the show. But he's like, oh, I'm not messing with her. I heard she's a ninja. No one's ever called her a ninja on the show, but Hannah and I call her a ninja. So the fact that even people in the show are like, no, 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 no. I heard Z was a ninja. I'm not going to mess with her. It's just so cool. And so all the feels and everything that happens in one episode gets referenced in the next episode. And I didn't even know this because I started watching it. And like, since you said, if I could erase all my thoughts, I started watching NCIS out of order when it was on syndication on USA. So some episodes would have Kate, next episode would have Ziva. I didn't know where one went when the other came. So if I could watch it from the very beginning and experience that shock, because I knew it was coming. I knew how Kate was going to meet her untimely demise, and so I was just watching out of the corner of my eye like this, looking at
Ziva's
Hannah,
brother, right?
just looking. Yeah, at the end of the second season, she saves Gibbs from a bullet. She's like, "Wow, I never thought I'd see the day when boom!" And she takes a second bullet out of nowhere to the head. So her chest protector protected her from the first shot, but then the last closing seconds is her getting her head sniped by Ziva's brother. But just seeing Hannah's reaction. But here's the best part. I did a case study on Leroy Jethro Gibbs, one of the best characters on television. He was dropping hints that he had a dead wife and daughter from episode 1, and you don't ever get confirmation that that exists until the end of season 3, start of season 4. Like, there's just these things that you know about him that no one else knows, and they were dropping hints the whole time.
Mm.
And then that's like a key. That is what makes him who he is. And the fact that they just hid that the whole time, it was like I would have loved to have been there and experienced that shock and awe for the first time, which I never got that opportunity because I watched everything out of order.
I got you.
But it's
Yeah,
real
that.
not PC. It does not age well at first. They use the word tranny, and they use all kinds of. They're a little homophobic, and they make jokes that wouldn't fly, and they say things that are a little insensitive for probably the first 5 seasons,
Oh, yikes.
especially the first 2.
My mom was a big fan of that show too. She watched it all the time. She had a real big crush on Jethro.
Oh, so good, so good.
Yeah, she had a huge crush on Mark Hamill. She had a
Small
lot of
fact that
crushes.
we just found out Hannah said Scott Bakula is who they originally wanted for that show, and they got Mark Harmon instead. And 11 years later, they created NCIS New Orleans, and Scott Bakula is the main star of that show.
That's funny. That is funny. So, I think it's probably time to start wrapping up. But one question I want to propose to everybody that listens and watches and kind of we'll post it on the social media is if there was a TV show that you could watch, you could wipe your mind and then rewatch from the beginning, what would it be? I'm interested to see what other people come up with. One that was tied with me was Sons of Anarchy. That was another good one for me. But then the more I think about it, I don't think I'd want to relive some of the things from that.
Oh, the heartache, the heartbreak.
Yeah, there's a lot of heartache,
the
and then there's a lot of rage for some certain characters and how like their character progression went. That I don't think I'd want to relive that. Like I think once was enough. You know what I mean?
I get you. No, I get you. That's why there's some shows I really want to watch Rescue Me again, but I know there's so much hurt in that series. I don't know if I want to put myself through that, but there's such like it's so there's so much levity as well. There's so much comedy and good feels, but then there's just the lowest pitfalls.
Yeah. Ian says Breaking Bad. That's one that I never really watched. I never got into it. I watched like the first couple of episodes and never really got into it. It's something I probably should. do just to be culturally aware and like because it's such a big aspect of people's um,
I feel like I watch enough like top tens that I follow pop culture enough. I get the gist of Breaking Bad, but my excuse is always I watch Sons of Anarchy. I'm on my root for the bad guy show. I don't like shows where you're pulling for the bad guy, and motherfucker's a bad guy. There's no ifs, ands, or he's a drug dealer. And after everything I read about him, he's a bad guy, drug dealer. And I don't think I could watch another show where the protagonist is really the antagonist in everybody else's life.
yeah, yeah, cool. So with that, I just want to thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks everybody for their support. We love your faces. We'll see you next week. Come hang out with us on Tuesday and Thursday this week. We're going to be streaming some games. We going to get back on our normal schedule now that I've acclimated the work. And I'll leave you with Doug's parting words.
Ladies and gentlemen, go see a therapist. That's my closing words. I realize that every problem you got can be taken care of. You just go talk to a professional. You could subscribe to those. Like, you know what? Everybody got a Netflix account. So if you're paying for Netflix, just steal it from your brother who has a job or more money than you, or cancel that coffee and go ahead and get one of those subscription based therapy apps on your phone. Because people who don't like the way their bodies look or don't like the way they feel, don't like where their job is at. The problem is y'all just need somebody to talk to. And you shouldn't air that shit out in the chat room on YouTube. That's no place to talk about how do I not get depressed. There's fucking professionals for that, not the 13-year-old skeeve sitting in his grandma's basement. So, I love you, love yourself, and go talk to a professional. Stay fat.
That's what I was waiting for, was to stay fat. But I'm happy that you got through all that other stuff there. Thanks again. We love you. Bye.
Bye.